Hello everybody, my name is Gravity and welcome back to Love or Kill. I think this is chapter 4 and chapter 4 is called Goodbye, so maybe that means this is the end or near the end. But right now I'm apparently some guy named Jack in the hospital due to some stalker girl named Anna. I have a past that I can't remember and my girlfriend Grace is in trouble because Anna's a yandere, whatever they're called. Say that with a Texas accent, yandere or whatever. And she's a psychopath. And somehow I end up in the hospital with broken legs, and I have a really crappy doctor who has like terrible bedside manner. And this girl is apparently my nurse. Anyway, so this Anna and Grace became friends because creepy Anna stalked me and found out where I lived and moved in next door. And Anna's too nice and naive to see that she's insane, so she's trying to be your friend. And she was invited over for dinner. So let's see how this goes. She just thanked me for the food, and let's continue. Thanks, I barely made anything. That's not true. You were in charge of the rice. Yeah, the rice. It ended up mushy. I think it's delicious. Anna ate it like it was the tastiest thing in the world. An idea popped into my mind. If I bore her, she might leave early. Thanks. But the chicken is much better. And it's incredible how you can make anything decent in the oven we have, Grace. Oh, don't talk about the oven, Jack. It's embarrassing. Wait, what's wrong with the oven? Oh, you actually look kind of embarrassed face. I'll bet you've never seen a greasier oven, Anna. I swear to God. I tried to clean it, but nothing works. I don't know what the previous owners did to make it that dirty. And that's not even the biggest problem, is it? You said? Is it you said? Yes. The light in the oven barely works. We're just going to talk about the oven now, and that's supposed to bore her. She seems pretty happy to hear everything I have to say. And don't get me started on the heating. It's so sketchy. Oh, that was her. Oh. No, get me started on the heating. It's so sketchy. Okay, that's what she sounded like. Yeah, all of that. And you still managed to make something this good. What do you say, Anna? It's tasty. It reminds me of home. Have you tried remembering what home was like, Jack? I swallowed, choked, and coughed. I tried to recreate it, but it didn't quite work. What's with that all of a sudden? Anna smiled and went on eating. I was just wondering. No, I haven't tried to remember what home was like. I don't see why I have to. a baby. Can you say thank you? You're welcome. I'm fine without it. All right. It's a shame, though. Tough. Jack? Yeah? What is it, Grace? I'm with Anna on this one. You are? Yes. Even after you said you were fine with me deciding what goes on in my head? I... I'm trying to think of what's best for you. That's right. You can't spend your life running away from the past. Face it, be a man. It's not healthy to lock so much away of yourself away. It can't be. I hope I'm not making Anna and Grace sound too similar. You have to agree, Jack. I didn't reply. I was... What's this word say? A chicken drumstick. Whatever this word is, a chicken drumstick. Anna, I didn't tell you this, but at night, at least once a week, Jack... That's enough! I banged my fist on the table. There was immediate shame that I'd lost my temper. But I couldn't back down. This has... Wait, blah, blah, blah. This has got to do with me, and me only. Stay the hell out of it, both of you. Do you understand? What? Why are you so... it's no good. I've never gotten this angry before. I needed to be alone. I walked off to the other room, but that didn't help. I could still hear their murmurs and their whispering. They were talking about me. I dressed in a hurry. Huh? What are you... Are you going out, Jack? I nodded. Have fun. Wait, don't go. I'm sorry. I keep insisting so much. You know I'm trying to help, right? Yeah. Then please don't be mad. I couldn't stop being angry. It was stronger than me. Could you do one thing for me? Just so I know I did all I could? Do what? Can you say you're fine with... No, please say that you don't want to remember. Can you do that for me? Of course. I hesitated longer than I thought I would. Suddenly, it struck me I was being childish as hell. But in the end, my anger and my stubbornness won over. I don't want to remember. There. Are you happy now? I wanted things to stay as they were. That's all I've ever wanted, for nothing to change. Because for once, I was happy. Well, I'm sorry. You should be. I walked out. By the time I came back, Grace was gone. August 17th. I came back hours later, after a little drinking and a lot of pointless wandering. The apartment was empty, her things were gone, but I only realized that after I read the letter. The letter was on the table, next to our half-finished dinner. There was a key next to the letter, too, her key to the apartment. I remember the letter word for word, so why don't I write it down here? Wouldn't that be fun? Jack, it said, I can't stay with you anymore. You're only going to make yourself more miserable, and I can't help you. and I can't watch you do this to yourself. I pray there's someone who can help you like I couldn't, and I hope you'll be happy. Goodbye. Grace didn't need to sign the message. I would have recognized those neat letters anywhere. I seen that same handwriting during our brief year together, on dozens, if not hundreds, of little notes. Shift schedules, reminders to buy snacks or milk, things like that. There was, in fact, at least half a dozen of the yellow post-its she used still around the apartment. Seeing them hurt. There were a lot of other things Grace hadn't taken with her, too. Socks, pants, a few undershirts, a scarf, one pair of shoes, a sweater she really liked, too. She would have worn the sweater while napping in the evening. It was all evidence of how much of a hurry she had been in to get away from me. Now I know better. I'm going to make a prediction. Anna forced her to write that note and made her leave. Morning, everyone. The patients all greeted her. I do too. Well, well. I'm happy to see you're finally stopped being Mr. Grumpy. Well, you know. Do you feel better? Does the leg still hurt? I'm a little better, I guess. At peace. That's great. You'll be up and on your feet in no time, I'm sure. Free to come back home. I laughed like hell. Anna probably doesn't see what's so funny. She smiles vacantly. I guess she does love me in her own way. It doesn't matter, though. Remembering the pain she caused me has given me conviction. My heart is set on killing her. You want to call the police? Maybe get a restraining order? I mean, it doesn't immediately have to go to kill her. I mean, you can report that she's stalking you. But of course, this is a work of fiction. That, of course, would not work because the police are idiots, right? August 18th. My health is vastly improving. Doctor's words, though. And I feel it. I don't wake up at night so much anymore, choking on pain. And I don't get so angry anymore that I have to chew my own fingers so I don't end up shouting. I really am at peace. I know what to do. And I know I have to do it. I feel like I don't have a choice in the matter. I'm a train going down a set of tracks, a few 100 miles per hour, no turns, no brakes. Whatever happens will happen. It's strangely calming. For now, I'll keep on writing. I know a good point to stop. After Grace left, I spent the first night alone on the kitchen floor. It was where my legs happened to give in under me. After hours of walking back and forth in the apartment, I had paced around like a caged animal, looking under pillows and carpets and poking my head into closets. I don't know why. Maybe I thought I'd find her there. I woke up in the afternoon with the blanket over me. I thought that Grace had done it, that she'd come back. She hadn't. I guess it must have been Anna. I didn't go to work. I didn't eat. I don't remember drinking any water, but I must have and I must have slept a lot too. It turned out I needed Grace more than I thought I did. Certainly more than she needed me. I was all alone that day, that night, and the day after too, right up until the evening. That's when she made her move. The windows were closed and the blinds were drawn. It must have been stuffy and hot in the apartment. I laid on the couch, shivering. I held my chest to the sweater Grace had left me. Grace had left. I was about to slip into an uncomfortable sleep when the front door opened. My heart skipped a beat before the sight of a person coming in disappointed me. Hello? Jack? I stared at her. What's wrong? Stare. She tried to get me to talk, but I was not in a talking mood. Eventually, she found the letter still on the table, pretended to find it. Oh, Jack. Oh, darling. Go away. You're hurt, I know. She's terrible, isn't she? She's terrible, isn't she, to have hurt you so badly? She's... The sweater was soft against my skin. It smelled of her. I know. She's awful. Let me help. She brought her hands near my face. I turned my head away. I'm the one who can make you happy, you know? You wouldn't have to remember that girl ever again. You won't want to. I promise. Her hand found my cheek. It had only been 2 days since I last seen Grace, had last touched her, but it was like I had already forgotten a person's warmth. I raised my hand to bat hers away, and I found that I couldn't do it. Instead, I put my hand on hers. I was close to tears. There were so many emotions in me that confused and overwhelmed me. But Anna was here. She was whispering that she'd never leave. Are you kidding me? Your girlfriend just left 2 days ago and you hated this stupid stalker girl for like over a year. You're weak, man. I don't know. Maybe you were in a very vulnerable position. But really? Disappointed. Afterwards, I used the sweater to wipe the sweat off me. Thanks for that description. Anna laid next to me, soft and warm, both her arms wrapped around one of mine. Unless Anna has some sort of secret, like, power, and she, like, it's like a telepath and can, like, manipulate people's actions, but only if they're, like, vulnerable or willing to. In the morning, after the long, long night, Anna looked at me and asked me a question. I'm tired, aren't you? Uh-huh. I won't go to work today. I'll call in sick. What about you? I don't know. I won't go to work. I hadn't thought at all about work. It was so irrelevant. That's a good idea. Hey, I'm going to my apartment. I want to have a nice hot shower. Come with? Sure, yes. What? Why are you pulling this whole 180? This girl was creepy and you don't think she has anything to do with the fact that Grace left? You left her alone in your apartment with... My apartment has a perfectly working shower, of course, but I didn't want to be by myself. Oh, that's not her talking, that's me. But I didn't want to be by myself. I was scared. Scared of what? After I had showered at her place, Anna told me I could stay there a while. Until you feel better, she told me. What do you say? I said yes. And that's how it went. I don't feel shame for what I did. Why don't you... Okay, whatever, dude. I don't feel shame for what I did. I know I should, but I don't. The problem is, I don't really feel like I did any of that. It's more like I was watching myself do those things, watching myself get tricked and cheated on Grace, and lived with that woman who's caused so much misery to so many people. Okay, so maybe she does have some sort of mystical magic powers, and that's why he can't remember his life because she like had him under his control, or her control, or some crap. I know I should be ashamed. It's a disgusting thing I did, and I can't take it back. I let myself be made into an animal. That one whole month is something I'd like to forget and to never remember. So I won't write about it or about anything more. I've written enough. I'm done. This journal has helped me a lot, but I don't need it anymore. This is, then, it's goodbye. So goodbye, Jack Friday. I woke up and found the room dark. Oh, this is chapter 5. Okay, so the next video will be a continuation into chapter 5. Chapter 4 was called Goodbye, so I thought maybe that was the end, but apparently not. So that's all for this video, and I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.